Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Lionshead Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Stone, and today I want to start us off with a quote from one of my favorite pieces of media. It goes, "If one wishes to obtain something, something of equal value must be given. This is the law of equivalent exchange." It then goes on to say, "For what could equal the value of a human soul?" Now, if you're tapped into anime culture in any truly meaningful way, you probably recognize that quote from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Phenomenal anime, certainly in my top five at a minimum. I would say maybe even top three, up there with JoJo's and maybe Cowboy Bebop. I haven't really figured out my top three, but certainly the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has to be there. Maybe Attack on Titan, certainly top five, right? And given what I'll be talking about today, as you probably saw the title of the video, another thing also came to my mind, which is a very popular Bible verse. It's Mark 8, verse 36. For what shall it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul, right? And when I was thinking about the topic for today, Lily Phillips, it really got me thinking about how much can a human soul take, and what really is the value of a soul, right? Because I know, first of all, there's some people that don't even believe that we have souls, and in a very post-religious society, that tends to be a more common thinking. And so today, looking at the Lily Phillips situation, I'm going to be looking at it more from we're going to be looking at it from a physical sense in terms of the damage that can do to you, but we'll also be looking at a metaphysical sense. But in order to talk about that, we have to talk about first, who the hell is Lily Phillips and what she does. Now, let me just get this out of the way. This is not going to be one of those deep dives. This is not a Sunny V2 video by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to be talking about where she grew up or any of that shit. The long and short of it is Lily Phillips is a porn star, right? She's a mattress actress, if you will. She uses her body to give pleasure to men digitally. There's a Bible verse that says a prostitute's fee is a loaf of bread. And for about a loaf of bread, I'm assuming, because I'm not about to go find out how much her OnlyFans costs. I do not care. I'm assuming for that amount, you could probably have access to Lily Phillips for about a month, right? And given what we're about to talk about, you probably have access to her for free. Come think of it, which is unfortunate. So yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. She excites herself on camera. I don't know. Like I said, don't know how much her OnlyFans costs. I'm not about to go look. Just not one of them things that's going to happen, right? I've talked a lot about, and by a lot, in as much as you can, for being away for 6 months. I've talked before about the pipeline of OnlyFans and how destructive it is, and how much of a luring trap it can be for young women, especially like that Sophie Rain thing that came out where she on Twitter where she said she made $43 million this year, right? Again, what does it profit someone to gain the world and lose, in this case, her soul? Right? We'll talk about that, right? But yeah, Lily Phillips, mattress actress, not much else there. Now, like I said, most of these mattress actresses, most of these porn stars, whatever you want to call them, most of them do not become famous, right? Most people don't really know who they are. You really have to do something pretty wild to stand out, right? It's a very right-skewed kind of graph, right? Where a small majority of women are making effectively all the money. And I think I saw something not too long ago where like the average woman on OnlyFans makes like $20 a month. Look, you should be selling your soul for money, effectively, because that's what you're doing. But shit, if you're gonna do it, it better not be for $20 a month, you know what I mean? But yeah, you got to do something really crazy, right? So what Lily Phillips really became popular for, of course, you've probably seen it if you're watching this video, is her 100-man challenge, right? Where she essentially challenged herself, and I don't know if she filmed it, and I'm not going to go look, but I know that she did a documentary about her experience sleeping with 100 men. Now, I just got to say something, man. One, I don't really know what would possess someone to even think that this is a good idea, male or female, right? And so on Lily's side, there has to be something where I'm like, there's just like, how far gone are we as a people to where like this is an idea that would cross someone's head, right? There, that they would think about this, do it, film it, and send it out, and not feel like they would have any social repercussions for that. Like that's not good. But then also, to the men that participated in this, they're not really off the hook either. Now, I've seen some tweets where people were like, you know, why are we talking about her? Look at the men that abused her, and do they hold any culpability? And it's like, yes, in the sense that they hold culpability and personal responsibility to themselves, right? At the same time, I almost called her Lily Singh, two different people. Lily Phillips was the one that signed this up. It's not like 100 niggas showed up at her house and held her down and acquired the cat through Game Shark methods. No, she opened the door and let them in, right? So let's not play the personal responsibility hot potato game. Everyone that participated in this scenario is culpable, and I would say the further you are from the first person that slept with her, the worse you are. Because, dog, just imagine being number 100, where she's got the 1,000 cock stare. She has no fucking clue what's going on. If you've seen that video, by the way, of her, and I'll probably pop that in just a second. She has, like, you could tell, right? Like, it really did a number on old girl, right? Just imagine being number 10, or number 100 rather, you know, coming in. She's already had 99 other niggas inside of her doing only God knows what. Again, I'm not about to go look. We're not that kind of investigative journalists here. We're not doing that shit. Like, that's just some wild shit. That's all I'm gonna say on that, right? But yeah, she said she was gonna sleep with 100 men, and fuck, she did it. I think she did it in 24 hours. That was a challenge, right? Sleep with 100 men in 24 hours. It's not like, I mean, look, sleeping with 100 men in your entire life is fucking wild in and of itself. And I know poor standards today don't really think that that's true, but it is. It's fucking nuts. I'm just gonna put that out there. And so that brings us to where we are right now, which is a documentary for the whole thing, like after it's all said and done. So let's roll this clip real quick.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum, and then I think I had a sandwich, and that was kind of, and then the rest. It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having this with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
All right, so like we saw, old girl is up there crying, basically saying, look, I ate a sandwich and then some British food that's not really probably food. I'm not looking up. I'm just assuming British people still eat, like World War II still happening. And then the rest of it, she was just drinking that milk. You know what I mean? Right? And then she's saying that she feels like a prostitute. Now, my thing for that is, you realize, like, looking at her situation, you can realize that, like, the reality of the situation, people do this thing where if it's online, it's not real, right? So like she didn't feel like a prostitute before with like the OnlyFans and all that shit. But once she actually effectively did what she was doing online behind the safety of the screen in person, then, you know, like that's the limit, right? And looking at that's why you can have that like distinction between online versus in person, and why people think like if you do something online it's not real. That's why everyone's dad works at Microsoft. On the internet anybody can be whatever the fuck they want, right? But bring that's bad enough as it is, right? Like the whole OnlyFans thing, but bring that into reality and sleep with 100 people, bro, that's absolutely wild. And you can see on her face, like I felt like she regretted it, right? I felt like she regretted it because old girl's up there crying. You don't cry unless, you know, unless something's wrong. And you can see in her eyes, right? Like the eyes never lie. And she looked like her eye, no pun intended, her eyes are glazed over, right? Like she's gone, I think, at least that's what I thought. And so that kind of brings me to my next point. And that point is, we need to bring back shame into religion, bro. Like, look, clearly shit ain't working without it, right? Because in a normal society, if you did this 100 years ago, it would be so batshit insane. Like, just assume we had the internet 100 years ago. There's no fucking way that someone could do this and show their face in society pretty much ever again. Like, people are realizing that religion, like the rules in religion wasn't there to like beat you over the head. It was to prevent shit like this, right? To prevent women from devaluing themselves in such a way, to prevent men from taking advantage of women in that way. And so we need to bring something back, right? Like I'm a Christian, so obviously like I'm gonna stand for what I believe in, but it's better than whatever we can come up with. Is probably better than whatever the fuck is going on here, because this shit ain't normal, bro. I hate to be that guy, you know, everyone's like live and let live and do whatever the fuck you want. If it feels good, do it. That shit ain't true, bro. And look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've done my own fair share of stupid shit. But in as much as we can prevent shit like this as a society, we need to step the fuck up and actually do it. Now, given how old girl looked at the end of the documentary, you'd think that like that would be it, right? And I thought that was it. And I checked Twitter the other day and I saw this, right? Her basically saying, yeah, 100 niggas wasn't enough. We're about to really dial in to 1,000. And I keep it a bean, bro. If she goes to 1,000, there's a good shot that you're gonna get a toaster bath message about that girl in a couple years. She's gonna hit the toaster bath. Like, there's only so much your soul can take. Like, your soul is a real thing. That's why I started off with a quote in the beginning, right? Like, your soul is a real thing, and everything that you do that gravely harms it, there's a piece of it that's really hard for that shit to come back. And sleeping with 100 niggas is certainly along those lines. And sleeping with 10 times that, like, again, think about that. Like, envision 100 people in the room, bro. I could barely name 10 people outside of my family that I like. I could do it, but just imagine being in a room with 100 people, and then imagine being in a room with 1,000 people. That's 10% of a football stadium. Like, that is fucking nuts, guys. So, look, I wish her the best. I hope she figures out that this shit is batshit insane and that she needs to cut that the fuck out. But most people don't learn until they hit rock bottom, so I won't hold my breath for that. But yeah, anyway, this video's gone on for way too long for probably the views it's gonna get. So I'm gonna just say cut it. It's a wrap. I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts. What do you think about it? You know, do you think we need to bring shame back? Do you think it's fine? Do you know, are you like, yeah, bring on the 100 niggas. Let's see how it goes. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Subscribe for more videos. And until next time, just keep your claws sharp, stay in the hunt, brothers, and we'll talk soon.